Hey there, drone fans. Rick here again from Drone Valley. In today's clip, I'd like to show you two brand new accessories for your Osmo Pocket that I think you're going to find pretty useful. Now, whenever a new product like the Osmo Pocket is released, a lot of third-party accessory companies kick into high gear and start developing a ton of accessories that they think you're going to want to buy. Now, in some cases, they improve the product. They make it easier to use or somehow enhance its abilities in the field, and those are good accessories to own. The challenge is there's a lot of accessories released that look good on paper, and you buy it, maybe you use it once, and then you never touch it again. It ends up on a shelf and you've wasted money on it. So what I like to do whenever I get a new product like this is look at the landscape of accessories being released, buy a bunch of them, test them for a couple of weeks, and then put a clip like this together to explain the ones that I like and why I use them. And I've got two of them today to talk to you about. Now, I've tested both of these over the last month. I was lucky enough to get an Osmo Pocket right after the launch event in New York City, so I've had plenty of time to test this and test the product itself. These two accessories are ones that I use on a regular basis, and I'd recommend you add to your kit. So let's talk about the Osmo Pocket first briefly, and I'll explain why these accessories help. So for starters, I think they've done an amazing job with this product. They've built it to be functional, it's aesthetically pleasing, they've taken all the sharp edges off the ends, it's very easy to hold it, it's very comfortable in your hand. And the challenge is, because of these rounded corners, it doesn't really support itself well when it's on a table. Now you can stand it up, but you know once that gimbal starts whipping around, this thing is going to start wobbling like this and fall over. So it needs to be secured somehow on a table. And I know there's a lot of accessories that are coming out that are going to clamp onto it and allow you to attach it to a GoPro accessory or maybe a 1/4-inch turn like on a tripod. But then I've got to have the clamp, the tripod, stick it on a table. I've got a bunch of hardware with me. This standing base right here is a really simple device that allows you to slide this in very quickly to it and provide a really stable base to hold it on a table or any flat surface. And what I like about it is a lot of the ones that I tested, this cup that it fits into is really flimsy, and when you slid it in there, it still wobbled quite a bit in the cup, or worst case, they were really tight fitting and they were taller, and if I slid it in there, it would eventually scratch the outside of this the case on the Osmo Pocket. So this one's really the perfect size and shape to hold it securely and not be too tall and not give me a hard time with pulling it in and putting it out. I also like the fact that it's a little bit wider than a lot of the bases I saw. Some of the bases I tested were barely wider than the actual Osmo Pocket base itself, which meant, am I really getting that much additional support from them? This one is not too big, not too small. It's like right in that Goldilocks zone of being the right size. The other thing I like that they did with it is they put rubber on the bottom, so it gives you a nice non-slip surface on the bottom, and there's actually rubber inside there, so when you slide this thing in, you know you've hit the base and it's ready to go. Now, where I use this an awful lot is I like to do a lot of hyperlapse, and if I'm out in the field, those hyperlapse videos that I'm taking happen pretty quickly. They're spontaneous. They're not something I typically plan, and if I'm carrying this around in my pocket, setting this down on a railing someplace to capture some beautiful traffic moving or airplanes or whatever, I'm always scared that it's going to fall over at the slightest breeze. So having this in my pocket, I can drop that down, slap it in there, and know that it's going to stay exactly where I put it and capture that hyperlapse that I'm looking for. The other place I use this a lot is when I'm vlogging. It turns out it's the perfect vlogging camera when you're out in the field. And if I'm using it like on a selfie stick, that's great. I can vlog like this. But sometimes I just want to sit it down because I'm exhibiting a product or I'm talking about a particular technology. And if I sit it down on something, I'm always worried it's going to topple over, especially if I'm moving and it's doing face tracking. So having this in my pocket, popping it on the bottom and sticking it down on a flat surface means it's going to stay where I put it. And if I turn on face tracking and I move around a little bit, it's like my own little camera, man, to keep track of where I'm at. So it's just the perfect accessory. The best part for me, and this is something I look for in all the accessories that I use, is that it's functional, it's simple, and it's inexpensive. It's less than 10 bucks. So having that in my pocket and carrying it with me when I'm out in the field just gives me the ability to put this thing down and know that it's going to stay where I put it. All right, so the second accessory I want to talk about is a set of screen protectors. Now, when you buy a new phone, the first thing they're going to talk to you about is buy a case and buy some screen protectors, because even though the glass itself is shatterproof, in a lot of cases it's not scratch proof. So over time, if you put that phone in your pocket, or you put this in your pocket or in your backpack or something without the case on it, little nicks are going to develop on that lens over time, and it's going to really degrade the quality of the picture. So this kit will give you a couple of lens protectors for both the display down here and the lens up top. Now, I know you can add third-party UV snap-on filters for it. You can add ND filters and a few other types of filters, but the challenge there is that when you put that filter on, it's magnetically attached, and I found that when I was testing the filters, a lot of them were too deep to actually slide into this clearly or cleanly without popping the filter off. And even when they slid in there, it was such a tight fit that they were pushing back on that gimbal, and I thought, man, that's going to be damaging that fragile gimbal over time. So what this kit does is provide a couple of different things. It's a complete kit to install this. So you get two wipes with it. You get a wet wipe and a dry wipe, and those are used to prepare the surfaces before you put the lenses on. You get a nice cleaning cloth. You get a little pair of tweezers, which will help you perfectly position these lens protectors. And you get two sets of lens protectors. So each set comes with a laser cut lens protector for the display on the bottom and the optical lens on the top there. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, you never should put a lens over top of a lens. It's going to cause problems. These are optically neutral, which means they're designed to be used with cameras. They're made of a specialized fiberglass that's really thin but really resilient, and it's going to sit in front of your lens and not affect the picture, but provide the protection you need from scratching and dings and everything else that could happen in there. And we actually give you 2 of these in the kit. So there's one complete set you can use on day 1. If you use it for a year and you find out that the protector's been scratched, you can pull it off and put the next one on. So everything you need is in the kit. And again, around a $10 price. It's not real expensive and it's completely functional. So both of these are accessories that I've used since I got the thing. I started testing them, I guess, about a week after the product arrived, because I was looking for some way to secure this thing without all the Rube Goldberg setup of a tripod and an attachment and all the rest of that stuff. I mean, I do use selfie sticks with it, and I've got some GoPro accessories that I'll be talking about in a future clip, but I wanted something drop dead simple that I could put down on a surface, pop this camera into it, and then have a stable base, and that solves the problem. And these are just no-brainers for me. Just putting these on the lens means that I'm not going to scratch this delicate lens or the optical lens up top. And these also don't interfere with popping lenses on top of it. You can use any snap-on lens you want, and also they're completely sensitive for touch here, so it's not going to affect your ability to use those menus. Anyway, those are the first 2 accessories that I'd like to talk about for the Osmo Pocket. I promise you I'm testing a ton of other accessories. I must have 30 accessories in the shop right now that we're going through all kinds of attachments and selfie sticks and cabling and things like that you're going to want to use with the product. So stay tuned to the channel, because I'll be doing more clips over the next couple of weeks, not only in the accessories for this, but talking through the menus and the application and all the rest of the stuff that goes along with the Osmo Pocket. I just think this is an amazing device. And I know you guys have probably seen a ton of clips out there where people are testing it. For me, I like to take the time to really understand it well before I spend too much time explaining it to you guys so that I get everything right. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. So thanks an awful lot for watching. If you're interested in either of these accessories, I've got links below where you can go to our website and buy them from us. I say every time that you can probably find them all over the web, but if you want to support the channel, hit those links, you can buy them from us, and that way you know you're getting the products that I'm talking about. And that's pretty much it. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button down there, because I got a ton more clips coming that you're going to want to watch and not miss. So thanks again, and until next time, happy flying.